Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
That's news under the hour from KISW in Seattle.
50 years of KISW.
Hello, my babes and babettes.
This is Kim Thile. Happy 50th anniversary.
KISW's Damon Stewart has qualified for the finals.
The world's most beautiful music. Metal Show. 99.9.
KISW!
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. A radio.com station starring BJ and Migs. Mornings.
Because, hey, at least once a day, you should experience a BJ.
You know, I'm ready for my BJ.
.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. You need to be like Steve. You need to be rocking that 50th anniversary KISW gear.
That's right. I'm wearing one of many new KISW shirts that are in the Rock Shop. I also have the beanie, but it's in my car right now.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
And listen, if you have a significant other that's tired of you wearing all black, Steve, you know what? He was able to bring home the charcoal version. As we
it's kind of like off color. Black.
Yeah, it's off black. Knit hats, trucker caps, short sleeve tees, zip, light zip hoodies that we have. And really, they look amazing. Of course, it's our golden anniversary. Therefore, the Rock logo is just blazing out in that gold. And you can celebrate with us, man. Celebrate the big 50 years that we are. And just go to the Rock Shop today. Get your gear at KISW.com.
Let's play B Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. B Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B Migs. You're a loser.
It is time to be Migs. And it's time to pump it up because it's Monday. Is that the original version there?
The OG, Elvis Costello.
Yeah,
is that like
Elvis.
a pipe organ or something that it plays in the back or something like that?
It feels like that's what it is.
I think so. Yeah.
It's really cool. You don't hear enough pipe organ anymore.
Or
maybe
maybe
it's just
sporting events like hockey games.
Yeah.
There's still a couple of, I can't remember if Chicago eventually made the transition or if they still do it, but they had the pipe organ for a long time. And that always had a cool vibe to it.
Those are so cool. I love all of those. Gets me pumped up. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Jeremiah in Tacoma. Jeremiah, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. For those playing at home, Jeremiah will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jeremiah, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Sure, why not?
What year of the mid-'80s did the movie The Breakfast Club come out?
84, 85, 86.
85, yes. What language has the most words?
English?
Yes. Who played Alan in the comedy The Hangover?
Oh, God, I can see his face. Pass.
How many ounces are in 5 cups?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
5. How many what?
How many ounces are in 5 cups?
8 times 40.
Yeah, 40, yes. What does the first M in the media company MGM stand for?
Metro.
Yes. What gas makes up most of the atmosphere on Mars?
Nitrogen?
No.
Methane?
No. You.
Pass.
What is the second largest city in Texas?
Houston.
No.
Dallas.
No.
Fort Worth.
No. What color hair does the Simpsons character Milhouse have?
Green.
No.
Blue.
Yes. How many stars make up the Big Dipper constellation?
1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
Yes, I'll give it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct.
Ooh, well, this could be
I was just counting them off at the end.
Yeah, exactly. I know the texture's going to get mad, but you were just counting them off, so I was waiting for you to give an actual answer. And, and BJ, you were thinking that it might be a loss here for old Steve?
Well, I won't go that far.
No, okay.
It's going to be a good
come
game,
on.
though.
Somebody bet breakfast. I want to hear some anger.
No more breakfast betting. No.
He doesn't do it.
I got some donuts. Thank you, Suzanne.
They were good.
Yep. Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
What year in the mid-'80s did the movie The Breakfast Club come out?
84.
No.
85.
Yes.
Nice.
What language has the most words?
American. English?
No. Yes. Who played Alan in the comedy The Hangover?
Zach Galifianakis.
Yes. How many ounces are in 5 cups?
50?
No.
60?
No.
9?
No.
69.
No.
Okay.
What does the first M in the media company MGM stand for?
Metro.
Yes. What gas makes up the most of the atmosphere of Mars?
Oxygen.
No.
Nitrogen.
No.
Methane.
No. What is the second largest city in Texas?
Austin?
No.
Dallas?
No.
Houston?
No. What color hair does the Simpsons character Milhouse have?
Purple.
No.
Blue.
Yes. How many stars make up the Big Dipper constellation?
8?
No.
7.
Yes. Which part of an elephant's body has the most muscles?
The trunk.
Yes. And Steve, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You tie with Jeremiah.
Oh, nice job, Jeremiah.
Another freaking tie.
Are you serious? How many ties have we had?
I think at this point, especially since the pandemic began, 6, maybe 5.
Jeez.
Well, it's nice to share a brain with you.
You would have got more points.
And I'm sorry for that.
So am I.
Take it easy, Jeremiah. He would have got more points if he said 6, maybe 9. You know.
Oh, yes.
Would have got more points with Steve on that one.
If he would have gotten to the last question, I'm sure he would have gotten trunk for the elephant's body, and he would have gotten the win, but he didn't get to it.
Yeah.
He knew that there are 40 ounces in 5 cups because there's 8 ounces to a cup.
I didn't know the
Steve
ounces
knows
were in a cup.
Yeah. Anybody know the gas that makes up most of the atmosphere on Mars?
Is it hydrogen?
No.
Oh.
It's carbon dioxide.
Oh, wow. That ain't cool.
No, it's not. That's why we can't just go up there and hang out. I
Yeah.
mean, if Steve's guess of oxygen was, it would probably make it a lot
And that's
easier to
what,
colonize Mars.
And that's what trees eat, right? Trees, they take it in, and then they spit out oxygen. I think that's what happens, right?
Probably, sure. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think that's, because, carbon D is what we have in our air, and then you got to.
That's Sunny D that we have.
Carbon D. Yeah. I always get that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I know the trees. The trees breathe in or take in what we breathe out, and then of course they breathe out. Apparently, what we take in, and it's a wonderful relationship.
Was that covered in Lord of the Rings in the second one when they hung out with the trees? Because I don't know any of this stuff.
That's why they say you should talk to your plants. Because you're feeding them with just your words.
Yeah, and they're feeding you back with their gases.
Yeah. Okay. When I start talking to my plants, you guys need to send me somewhere.
Aw. People have been talking to their plants forever. What are you talking about?
That's fine. They can talk. I'm saying me personally, you will not catch me talking to a cactus.
Yeah, you know why?
Unless I'm on mushrooms. I'm not talking to a plant.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I know why you're not talking to a plant. You spend more time talking to yourself to motivate yourself.
That's true.
Let's go, Steve.
I mean, yeah, it's like,
come on, Steve, talk to that plant.
Yeah, I mean, I would think if anybody could talk to a plant, it would be you, because you talk to yourself and go, hey, man, you can do this, Steve. Let's do this. Let's rally.
BJ, do you happen to know the second largest city in Texas?
Okay, is it Fort Worth?
No.
Oh, I thought Houston was guessed, and I thought,
nope.
And it's not Houston. I don't know.
San Antonio.
Oh. Wait. Wait a second.
What?
Wow. Wait, San Antonio is the second largest city in Texas. Are we going by population?
Yeah.
It beats Houston?
Probably. I mean,
are you sure about
unless
that?
Houston's like the most populated.
Well, but
I think Dallas would be number
Dallas,
one, right?
Yeah, Dallas and Houston are a lot bigger than San Antonio. Unless Houston is all suburbs. Are you sure about that? That's nuts.
Well,
Houston is huge.
This is what my paper says right now.
Well, and the paper doesn't lie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, it must be.
Yeah, it goes list of cities in Texas by population and size. Houston's number 1. San Antonio, number 2. Dallas, number 3. Nice. Austin, number 4. And then Fort Worth, number 5.
Dallas has less of a... Dallas, well, maybe because it's Fort Worth. They call it the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Dallas-Fort Worth is like the biggest... Yeah. It's the biggest metropolitan area in Texas. It's even bigger than Houston.
Yeah,
so
if you add Fort Worth, it would be pretty close to Houston, if not top.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they're squishing them together at that point.
And then, the metropolitan population is probably bigger in Dallas-Fort Worth area than in both of those cities, and that's probably why Dallas is considered the biggest city area in Texas. But okay. All right, Rev, you know what? You win, sir.
Yeah?
You were redeemed by the internet.
How about that? Learned something new today.
Yeah. Hey,
I won't remember it, but learned it today.
No, I would be so mad if I got that question wrong. I would have been like, San Antonio, because San Antonio is, it's a smaller metropolitan area. I mean, it's a nice city, but the metropolitan area is not that big compared to like us. We're even bigger than them.
Well, this is crazy because when we were listing places, like we went 4 or 5 deep and we still didn't say San Antonio.
Yeah,
they're doing a bad job, their tourism board.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. Got a nice river walk over there, though. It's pretty nice. My buddy used to live down there. Nice.
All right, then.
So I do know what I'm talking about. I actually did see the place. It's a
you
nice
lived
city.
it, man.
I lived in San Antonio. Lady Gaga, we told you, man, her 2 French bulldogs were stolen, Gustav and Koji, but they were recovered on Friday night. About 2 days after they were stolen by thieves who ambushed and shot her dog walker in Hollywood.
And he's going to be okay, the dog walker. I got to imagine that he's set for life. I mean, you took a bullet for someone's dog. I got to imagine Lady Gaga's taking care of that dude.
Yeah, she said, I continue to love you, Ryan. You risked your life to fight for our family. You're forever a hero. But nothing in there says I'm going to pay you a lot of dough for this.
Yeah, if I'm Ryan, I'm like, that's great, Gaga. What's my 401k look like now?
Yes, exactly. It's like, words are cheap, lady. Where's the beef? I mean, and I know you have a meat dress, but I want the real beef.
So I heard like a woman found the dogs tied to a pole. So is Gaga going to give that woman the $500,000? Because she said, I'll give $500,000 reward to the finder. Technically, the woman found the dogs.
Yeah. From what I understand, Gaga's like, she's going to gladly pay that reward money to the finder. So it looks like that woman is going to get it.
Do you think that she's in cahoots with the crooks?
That's what I'm going to ask. I mean, that's the first thing the cops said they were going to investigate. The first thing they're going to do is go, hey, you go, here's your money, miss. And by the way, it's interesting that you randomly found these 2 dogs we were looking for tied to a pole.
I did read, but I think it was like TMZ, that they found that she had nothing to do with it whatsoever. But I mean, that could just be, the first inclination of it all. Okay. Maybe it runs way deeper than we even know.
Here's the thing. Steve and I, we are much better interrogators than anybody at TMZ.
Oh,
okay?
good cop, bad cop.
No, we're just bad cop, badder cop.
Oh, yeah, nice. Bad cop, badder cop. That's right. But Steve, I'll tell you right now, they used to shine that light on people with the old-fashioned light, but Steve uses the light on his iPhone, and we all know how blinding that darn thing is.
That stands straight right into those pupils.
Yeah, the people can't take that. Mm-hmm. That's, bad cop, badder cop.
Then you imagine
iPhone light.
How about that woman, though? She finds the dogs. I got to imagine that's like the first. He says, like, look, I had nothing to do with this, but I found the dogs. Because you know that, I mean, that would be my first thought when I find her dogs. Would be, oh, awesome, I found the dogs. Got to let Gaga know. Let me tweet her or something. I don't know how. But
I couldn't tweet her. Hey, everybody.
Gaga, are these your dogs?
Okay.
Retweet, please.
Yeah. Oh, man. But you're going to get $500,000 if she makes good on her word. And I think Gaga probably will because she said she would. There's no way she can go back on this now. And this woman's going to get 500 G's.
Would you take the money?
Oh, I would take the money in a heartbeat, especially since I didn't do anything. I saw, how about I saw 2 dogs and maybe I hope this woman, I feel like this woman probably is a Gaga fan because if I just saw 2 dogs tied to a pole, I'd be like, that's weird and probably keep going. Unless I knew about the story. So she must have known about the story.
Oh, if I was a Gaga fan, I might want to try and parlay that into something else. Like, hey, can I play drums, Gaga. Can maybe Can we collaborate on a song?
Wait.
I'll take that over 500.
You're going to turn $500,000.
Well, I want royalties.
Down.
Yeah, you get the songwriter credit
the
on
royalties.
there.
All right.
Yeah, What if we make a hit?
Getting paid.
And if you don't make a hit, or if it never gets put out, you know what your wife is going to do? She's going to glare at you and also your daughter glare at you because there goes college and more because you thought, I'm going to make a hit with Gaga.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
we could call it like the Adventures of Gustav and Koji. The dog names.
Yeah. Oh, that's the dog names. Yeah. All right. You go ahead. Okay. Fair enough.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Hey, you got something to say? I got something to say. They're wild, rabid, and on the loose. This is Listeners on the Loose.
The Rock of Seattle, it's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. You can also text us at 77999. It is a simple concept. You get to take control of this show. But, Steve, if you don't follow his rule, I mean, you know.
You got to show some energy and bring it, BJ. Otherwise, you get the gongaroo. And we say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
The gongaroo.
Wasn't that like a live bunch of concerts? The gongaroo? Was that what that was?
Bonnaroo, but close enough, yeah.
All right, fair enough. That's what it is. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody just had a question for us saying, Vicky, I know that you have an OnlyFans.
Yes, I do.
Are you worried about it backfiring on you? Because I asked, because I saw some lady's kids were kicked out of a school because they had an OnlyFans, or she had an OnlyFans page, not the kids. That'd be very weird if the kids had the OnlyFans.
So wait, a lady was, so she's saying some lady got kicked out of where because of?
Her kids got kicked out of school because the mom had an OnlyFans page.
Why would they kick the kids out of school for that? That's odd to me.
It was a Catholic school.
Oh, there we go.
And I guess some people, apparently she's very popular. She's known as Mrs. Poindexter on OnlyFans.
Oh, she's my favorite.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and all three of her kids were expelled from the school because of what was going on. I guess other parents were freaking out, and I don't understand.
My question is, how did they find out about it? I'm guessing one dad subscribed, the mom found out.
Mrs. Poindexter looks like Crystal, who's the mom of the other kid.
And then,
not that I would know that.
Right.
I just, the thumbnail and the regular picture, I mean, come on, anybody can see the resemblance. Sure they could.
And the wife freaked out. It's like, wait, why are you paying for OnlyFans? Wait, who is this?
Mrs. Poindexter.
I'm not okay with this.
Boy, you know, it's tough. I mean, if you look, when you go to a school that has a religious affiliation, you're taking your chances that your life, something you might do in your life might not be cool with their philosophy. And I feel like, well, that's what happens when you go to a religious school. You just have to know that going in, that they might be able to say, look, this is not cool with what we believe. You need to shape up or ship out. Though I would like to believe that, because teachers used to get in trouble back in the day for doing stuff that really, it's like, well, they're not doing it in class. What difference does it make? But boy, especially female teachers were held to a really double and a very high double standard.
But in this situation, it wasn't even a teacher. She was the mom of some kids. But apparently I'm reading about Mrs. Poindexter. Never heard of her, of course. But apparently she pulls in $150,000 a month.
A month?
I need to step up my game.
You know, right? I will tell you this, Steve. The oldest rivals in the world are pornography and religion, because both really soothe the masses. And I know years ago, lots of folks that were in big religion were like, we cannot let pornography get going because then they won't turn to us anymore. And so, yeah, in the world, like ancient world of business, man, pornography and religion are considered big business rivals.
I should probably clarify that I don't actually do porn.
Yeah,
I don't get.
Good call.
Oh, so you do religion is what you do?
Yes,
okay,
it's my post are religious. Like
you're posting like what? Like would you say like PG-13? Or PG-19?
somewhere between there. Like
Oh, sure. Here we go.
It's not quite as graphic as an R, but it's definitely not PG-13.
Okay.
And she doesn't want us to see it, Steve, so it can't be.
I don't want to see it.
Even if I take a pretty selfie, I don't like. It's kind of weird to show it off to you. Like I
don't mind seeing pictures of people looking pretty. I mean,
I do. I hate looking at pretty pictures.
Yeah. I'm only saying this as a point of clarification. It's not porn. But it's also not something you'd show your parents, I'm thinking, right?
Think of like when people it's really popular to do the boudoir sessions.
Yes.
Where they're wearing like lingerie. They're fairly, like, you don't see any nipplage or anything like that. That's kind of what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Would it feel awkward if somebody you knew saw these pictures?
Oh, I have a few friends on there.
That follow you?
Yes.
Nice. That's a friend showing some support.
Right. And I told them that. And I'm like, you could have just asked for the pictures. I probably would have just given them to you. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
Somebody said that this Poindexter lady also has an Instagram account and a whole lot of pictures in her negligee.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if it's just having an OnlyFans account that's gotten her in trouble.
All right, Vicky, when you see some of the pictures she has on Instagram, you can tell us if your pictures are better, of that line, or you don't go that far. Yeah. Does Instagram allow nudity? I can't remember.
No, Twitter, all bets are off.
All right. So there we go. So we'll see where she is compared to Poindexter on Instagram.
She's got some thongs on in these pictures. I'm looking at them.
All right. Well, Vicky,
$150,000 a month she's pulling in. That's what $1.8 million a year.
And Vicky's she's pulling in at least $150 a year, I think, with this. So it's very close.
Yeah. If I'm her, I'd be like, oh well, big deal. I'm homeschooling. I'm getting easy money.
Steve, if you're her, you're pretty much going to stay in your room and accost yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're her.
Yeah, I mean, minus the whole her being a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah, right?
Wow, that's even more annoying. Whoa, hey.
Oh,
wow.
Those private schools are expensive. You got to pay for those.
Okay, so some of those... now, Vicky, you're right. In the shots you're showing me, we're not seeing any nipplage or anything else like that. But, I mean, those are definitely shots you wouldn't show everybody.
She could be in a bra and panties match back in the old WWF days.
So, Vicky, are you doing that kind of stuff too, Vicky?
So something like, tank top and underwear picture, something like that.
That's it? That's as far as you go?
I'm a little self-conscious about the midsection at the moment because the COVID-15 turned into the COVID-25.
I see. Well, how about that one picture where she's bending over and she's showing the latest thong?
You got to do that, Vicky? You got to do the bend over with the thong?
I may or may not have done something like that.
That's what I want. Okay. Steve, now we know. I want the truth about this OnlyFans site is all I'm saying. I don't want come on.
You don't want the truth.
Yeah. No, you're right. I can't handle the truth. So, all right.
Somebody want to know, do your parents know that you have an OnlyFans account?
Well, I'm sure they do now. No. I haven't told them.
Is it like something that's just unspoken? We know it, but we're not talking about it?
I mean, if they know it, we haven't talked about it. I'm sure somebody from my dad's job has come up to him and told him.
Oh, I'm sure he loves that.
I know. Which, by the way, don't be a snitch. Come on.
Yeah.
It's too late for that. It's too small.
Stab you if you do that.
I will say, however, when I create my content, it is very difficult to do it with parents and a toddler running around.
Yeah, you can be like, hey, Mom, can you take this picture?
Right, I'm trying to do a video, and all you hear is like this toddler scratching at the door. I'm in a meeting!
But Vicky, if they found out you can make $150,000 a year, I think all of a sudden they probably would want to go into business with you.
BJ, $150,000 a month.
A month?
That's what Mrs. Poindexter's pulling in.
Oh, well, forget it, Vicky. Your parents will be like, yeah, we're doing this. We don't care. Vicky, take it all off at this point. We want $150,000 a month. I mean,
take this all off.
I might have to subscribe to her.
Yeah.
I like her bio. Average mom, 44, senior executive in technology, computer engineer.
44?
Mom, hunter, secret hot wife, and internet model. Shh.
She's 44? Those pictures, are those pictures new that we saw on Instagram?
Yeah.
She does not look 44.
Yeah, she's 44.
Wow, she takes a good picture. Mm-hmm. Good job there, Miss Poindexter. Mm-hmm. So, Steve,
yes,
do you think then the Catholic school should just be too bad, just let her do what she wants, or do you think, well, I mean, they got their rules and it's probably against,
man. I mean, this is why I probably can never run a Catholic school for many reasons. But my thing would just be like, hey, who cares? Like, that's her business. Like, what do you care, parent?
Well, see, there's some. I mean,
chill the F out. Like, so what? She's taking pictures and putting them on the internet. If you don't like it, don't subscribe and don't look at it.
Now, last time I checked, I haven't been a Catholic in a while, but last time I checked, women behaving that way was considered untoward back in my Catholic days. I don't know if they've relaxed it or not in the religion, but they care because women should not act that way.
But can't you just go to confessional and you're just absolved and then you can go and do it again?
Yeah, that is the get out of jail free card, which I never understood about our religion because I kept saying that's one of the reasons why I'm not that anymore and why the priest hated me. Because I'm like, what's the point of me confessing and act of contritioning if I'm just going to be this revolving door of sin? I don't understand.
Dude, when I was a teen, that was the worst, doing the whole confessional thing, going in there and talking. Because you had this weird pressure you put on yourself. You're like, well, they're going to know if I'm lying. So then you start telling things that you probably shouldn't. You know what I mean? I'm telling the priest and then I'm like, young man,
silence is
finding
really
out about my own body, and I'm saying this, and I'm admitting to it. It's like I feel bad for that priest guy on the other end. It's like, yeah, I know we tell you to tell us everything, but you don't need to tell me that.
Yeah, that's.
And then on Thursday, I cranked it again, Father. What? You don't want to know this.
The priest is like, I am very surprised you could see your way to get into this booth as much as you crank it, young man.
You said my hands are going to get hairy. They're not hairy at all, Father.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. I wonder, and then you just wonder about the ones that really just want to, basically yank the chain of the priest and just go in there and just tell them all these stories, or horrific stories, and don't you have priest confidentiality or something like that? You go in there, well, hi, my name's Dexter, and and these are my sins.
Yeah, I always had that weird fear of not telling everything, and then I think I probably just bored the living hell out of the priest, and I hated the confessionals. It was such a
when he throw you, hey kid, get out of here until you have some real sense. My God, we got
boring me.
Come on, we got people in line that got some sense, kid. Get out of here.
Get to the chorus.
Right? It's cool. You didn't look both ways when crossing the street. That's a fascinating story, Stephen. Now leave.
Yeah, you know what? Don't go out and say anything except I am stupid. Chant that 4 times.
Probably takes a nap while he's listening. Somebody's I got Steven, I got his brother Greg, and then John. I could sleep through all 3 of those.
This will be great. Let me get my pillow.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock.
9.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, someone has a very fun question to ask all of us. If you could have any celebrity owe you a personal favor, what celebrity would that be, and what would the favor be?
Whoa. Wow. If I could have a celebrity owe me a personal favor. Well.
Yeah.
Currently, it's going to be Sonequa Martin Green or it could be Patrick Stewart. I'm going to take either one of them.
Who is Sonequa Martin Green?
Well, I know you don't know, but she's Captain Michael Burnham of the Starship Discovery, and of course, Patrick Stewart. Those are the 2 Star Trek shows going on right now, and I would love to be on one of the shows. So if she was my friend, I'd be like, or if Patrick Stewart was my friend, either one of them, I go, okay, I would love to be on an episode because, man, I was so close to being on an episode, but Bob Rivers beat me out in the contest.
I can't give you a hard time about that because mine is at first thought was I'm going to have The Rock be the celebrity. And the favor is that he's got to put us in a match at WrestleMania.
Nice.
Might as well.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go, I might as well go big. If anyone can make it happen, WWE's going to listen to whatever The Rock says.
That's a fact.
Have you guys watched Young Rock, the show on NBC?
I watched a little bit of it. It looks pretty. It's a pretty cute show.
It's a pretty well done show. Yeah, I enjoy it, and my wife is digging it. And she's not a huge wrestling fan, but she's enjoying just the backstory of The Rock. You just realize what a crazy life he lived, and just when he talks about the struggles that he has, they put it in a very fun filter. But him and his family were going through some hard times, when he was growing up.
Oh yeah, and the kid they got playing him, boy, when it's so important when you cast somebody in a role, and if you get a child that's just got some great charisma, and that kid he's adorable.
Well, and I have all different kids because they bounce around. It sounds like you haven't watched.
Oh, so I haven't. So they got different aspects of his life. I haven't seen that much of it.
The whole show is just him constantly flashing back to certain points in his life. So it could be him in college, it could be him as a teenager, it could be him as a child. So it's been a lot of fun, and all the actors that they got playing The Rock do a great job.
Oh, wow, that's really trippy. You know what? I did not expect that because I only watched a little bit of it, and I thought, okay, we're going to just watch it. I don't know. I just thought we were going to watch that part of his life when they showed the first episode where he's watching his dad in the ring.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be they're going to start at a young age and then kind of just keep moving and moving, but they keep bouncing back and forth from him as a presidential candidate in the 2030s, which is how like the premise of the show is that he's running for president, doing a tell-all interview, and he's flashing back on past moments in his life.
So you know what's going to happen, Steve.
What's that?
Because every show jumps the shark, you know? So when this show is on for 7 seasons or whatever, then they're going to just do like the KFC Colonel. And they're just going to get a bunch of people playing The Rock who really could be anybody. Because they have nothing else to do to make it interesting, you know? And so they'll get anybody to play The Rock.
That kind of sounds fantastic, actually.
I wouldn't mind it if like, say, Leslie Jones plays the 3-year-old Rock. You know, she just shows up. And
Leslie Jones?
You know, anybody. That's what they have with the Colonel. They have anybody playing the Colonel. So that's what it could be like.
Fair.
You know, it's just different parts of The Rock's life. You just get the most ridiculous people to play different parts of his life that they so don't belong in those parts. You know, like get a really young person to play The Rock at like 35.
I got to think that this show is probably, I don't know if they're going to have more than a couple seasons. Maybe they will, but like I don't know if it's a show that's going to have like legs for a long time. I think it'll be a fun show for while it lasts, though.
I'm with you. I'm watching Resident Alien, wondering like how people want to have shows on for a long time, and I'm thinking how long can they go with the premise besides before all of us lose interest, But I wonder about that, Steve. Like you're right, 2 seasons seems like that's all we want, but they usually want you to get 5 to 7.
And they should bring it back like how they used to do, like the miniseries, like where you just didn't have you had like a 8 episodes and that was the show, and it's done. Like the Flight Attendant on HBO Max. I don't think they're coming back for a second season, are they?
They set it up like they could.
Okay, because I got the vibe that this was just like a miniseries.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know what you mean, but I thought I read that it was a miniseries, and I was like, okay, well, they set it up that they could, but I didn't think they were going to. But I could be wrong.
What you mean. No, see, I didn't realize that. I hope they come back with it because I really want to see what's next for her. But you're right, they could easily end it where they ended it.
At the end of January, HBO confirmed that the flight attendant will be back for round 2.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Basically going to murder someone else, and then
I have no idea. But
okay,
the positive response to the show,
she didn't murder anybody.
I know.
No, the fun thing about that show is that basically she was always under suspicion of being something, and then at the end of the show, she's actually going to be that something, which I thought was a really cool story arc, and hopefully that doesn't spoil anything for anybody. But
I think it kind of just spoiled all of it, didn't it?
Well, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
I mean, really?
Way to go, BJ.
I mean, once you watch the first episode, you kind of figured, hopefully no one will remember what you just said.
Okay, good. There you go.
All right, Rev, if you got a favor from a celebrity, what is it? Who is it?
I'm going to go with Seth Rogen.
Oh, nice.
Is it weed based?
Oh, yeah. He just started his own weed line, weed strain or whatever.
That is such a shock.
Yeah, like his own business. So he's really stoked about that. So yeah, it would be something like that, and call him those favors and be like, hey,
Can I get some of that indica?
Basically.
See, and I would go for Seth Rogen to see if he can. Again, it's all about walk-ons. I want to walk on in the boys. That's why I would go with Seth Rogen.
For all the different things. I mean, he's doing so many different stuff. You have to imagine that eventually he'll do another project.
And there's a TV show called The Boys. Not that you just want to walk in on some boys.
I mean,
that's a really good point to make.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve.
Phrasing. Vicky?
Definitely Robert Downey Jr., because he's got massive pull at Marvel. I want to be in an MCU movie or show or both.
I love how we're all just trying to except for Rev, he just wants weed.
Yeah.
The rest of us are going way unrealistic.
That's the point, right? Yeah. Oh my God!
Wow, you didn't go with John. You didn't go with. Geez, I'm trying to think. I guess Robert Downey Jr. is one that got the most pull.
I feel like he even gave his blessing with Tom Holland. I think he was part of the reason why Tom Holland got hired. So he got Spider-Man. I think he can put me in as a tiny little character somewhere.
Now I'm thinking of Jon Favreau, man, so I can get into the Mandalorian or any of those Star Wars shows they're doing.
He's in everything. He does, Marvel. He does, Mandalorian, Star Wars. He's done Elf. He does everything. So
he's got that chef show. You know what? I want Jon Favreau because we'd have a day. It would take me on your chef show. We'll go eat great food with some awesome celebrities. Then you can put me in a Marvel movie. Then put me in a Star Wars movie. Okay, I'm changing my mind. Sorry, Sonequa. Sorry, Patrick. It's Jon Favreau.
Just with Jon Favreau's shadow.
Yeah, that's all I want to be. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
This text is brought from, I clearly am not paying attention to all the story behind Tom and Jerry, but if this is, I can't imagine he's making this up. He goes, every time you talk about Tom and Jerry, I mean to call or text about this. Did you know the original series finale had them both commit suicide by train?
What?
In the show, Tom is sitting on the railroad tracks depressed about his girlfriend leaving him for another cat. When Jerry comes along, tries to cheer him up, telling they weren't still talking at that point, but he's talking about the girlfriend. And at the end of the episode, we see Jerry's girl driving off with another mouse, and then Jerry joins Tom on the tracks just as the oncoming train is about to hit them both.
This was I had to look this up. It's called Blue Cat Blues.
What year is this?
This is before they were talking, so it's got to be like 70s or 60s, right?
56.
Oh, geez.
50s.
Yeah.
Well,
it was a one-reel animation.
Yeah.
And, it's often considered the darkest Tom and Jerry cartoon. It actually happened, but it's not the actual finale of the cartoon. It was just a really dark short.
Well, that's really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They needed the bulldog guy to come over and be like, hey, come on, guys, suck it up. We'll find you some new broads.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, look at there's somebody just driving off.
Oh, she's getting married. The cat.
Oh, she got married. She left married to a dog?
I don't know.
She left him for a dog.
Or is it another cat? That was a cat.
I couldn't tell. He looked kind of dog-like to me, but he's a dirty dog for doing that to Tom.
And then he's crushing a glass of milk. Tom is at the bar.
Oh, yeah, there he is. You know something? Now, think about the time, though. This is the 50s, and there's a Christmas movie. We talked about it when this past holiday season, like the top Christmas movies. I can't think of the name of it. I think Jack Lemmon was in it, but I was like, this is a weird Christmas movie because it's about suicide. And for some reason, it was during the Christmas season. During those years in the early 60s and late 50s, I think this was their way of being able to talk about a serious issue that they didn't know how to fix it. They didn't know.
It's a Wonderful Life?
The Apartment.
Oh, The Apartment.
That's right.
Yeah. It came out in 1960.
Yeah, but you're right. Also, It's a Wonderful Life, Steve. Also, he thought about, like, what's the point of me being around?
Right, he's going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah. So
But Tom and Jerry's a cartoon.
Well, they try to teach us kids, man.
What,
when I was
someone
growing
dumps
up,
you, go get hit by a train?
Well,
what are we teaching them?
They would always tell stories to us that, they were, don't do this.
Yeah.
And they were pretty heavy-handed because for kids, you got to be heavy-handed. Even though they were adult themes, like it's like what am I, 5? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend that's going to leave me for a guy in a sports car. I'm 5. But okay, this is what they put in the cartoons.
Well, in the new movie, they get hooked on meth together. That's kind of the whole. And then that's when I turned it off. I was like, this is too heavy.
Yeah. So but it's a hybrid live action. So we got Heisenberg. Is he?
That's what I was waiting. Is like it should be a cartoon Breaking Bad with Tom and Jerry. I kind of want to watch that.
I would have went to the theaters to see that.
It is amazing how clumsy they were to try to teach children to do the right thing. Because in some way, I'm sure they wanted to.
But what was the right thing? At one point, Tom was going to go. Jerry tried to talk him out of it, but then Jerry gets dumped, so Jerry joins in on the train party.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not sure where the positive message is at the end of that story.
No. That sounds like someone who was just sick of making Tom and Jerry cartoons. Like, you know what? Screw you. Screw everyone. I hate this damn cartoon. I'm going to kill them off.
Yeah, that would be like if Clarence just basically pushed George over the bridge and go, yeah, this is, you know what, you're right. You shouldn't be here. It's a wonderful death.
It's like, I hate children. I'm going to make a cartoon because I hate children.
Right. You know, Rev, some of those cartoons.
Have fun with this one, parents.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Explain this.
Yeah, that's,
damn.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty dark. Yeah, welcome to the 50s. So listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show at 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody said they have a public service announcement. I thought it would be a great idea last night to mix a Shamrock Shake and an Oreo McFlurry together. Ooh. Bad idea. It ruined my McFlurry. Shamrock Shakes, I feel, are better left to your childhood memories. Aloha. But don't they also make a Shamrock Shake Oreo McFlurry that's already made? Like that's something you can order?
I have no idea. I know that they have mint chocolate chip type of. Oh, you can.
Yep. The mint Oreo Shamrock McFlurry. Boom, you can just get that.
So maybe he just did it wrong. Maybe
he just doesn't like the Shamrock Shake anymore. It's what it sounds like. He says it's better left to your childhood memories.
Oh, okay. Because I think if you're a McDonald's employee and someone comes up to you and says, I would like to take my Shamrock Shake and I want you to take my Oreo McFlurry and mix them together. And then if you're the McDonald's employee, you go, well, we have that already on the menu. No, I want you to do it this way.
It's like me, the idiot, one time going to McDonald's and wanting 20 pieces of chicken McNuggets, but forgetting that they actually have a 20-piece order. So I said, can I get 2 orders of the 10-piece chicken McNuggets? And the person's like, wouldn't you just rather the 20-piece? I'm like, Well, it doesn't matter. Well, it's cheaper if you get the 20 piece than if you get two. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm an idiot. Yes, of course I want the cheaper version of the same exact thing.
That's good looking out, though, man.
You're a better man than me, Steve, because I would keep it going. I know what I want, young lady. I will take the 2 10s.
I don't trust you in your scams.
That's awesome.
But I'm sure the person taking the order is like, what is wrong with this guy? He's like, I made it way more difficult. I would like 2 orders of the 10-piece chicken McNuggets.
Yes. Well, you're just showing her that you know math.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you're showing her. All right, we have a big question that needs to be answered. What do Ryan Castle and the check engine light have in common?
And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and the check engine light have in common?
It's lit up.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's in your car.
Hopefully in the backseat. Someone said both are ignored by women.
Brutal.
It is rough.
Wow.
That's a pretty savage way to start a Monday morning.
I know. It's very rude.
On every level, that text just doesn't seem right.
Both cost Steve a lot of money.
Oh, that's true.
And Steve gets worried when he sees both turned on. The car one, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Might need to get something lubricated in there.
Okay,
that's why you got your light on.
All right, then. I'm a little disturbed. Hey, I got a new survey. It turns out people drive around for an average of 9 days with the check engine light on before they actually take their car into the shop. That is a long time. Not me. I mean, I am.
As soon as it goes on, you're going?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I am such a worry ward. It's like, I don't want to get stranded. There's no way I'm
I feel like they just
days.
do that. It just turns on occasion so you can go in and spend some money. They're like, oh, you need a new air freshener or windshield wiper.
I get more stressed when I see a notification on my phone that won't turn off as opposed to the check engine light. I'll be honest. As long as it still works, it still works.
Steve, I think that is the case probably for a lot of people. That's sad. But you know what's not sad? Ryan Castle, because he's got a 12-pack for you.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
When we finally got rid of our van, we said, we should clean it out before we trade it in. It was like a retrospective. Every meal my kid ever had as a child, everything was back there. Everything falls in the... it was just...
Well, then it'll just be like father, like daughter, because the front seat, I mean, I'll find like a French fry, I'll find a lollipop. I mean, I find all the good stuff.
Oh,
the Halloween candy.
The only difference between you and your daughter is she's smart enough to know not to eat those things when she finds them.
But the lollipop's still wrapped. I think it's still fine.
Okay, that's fine.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. I have lots of tickets that I haven't paid. Can those be discharged through a bankruptcy?
Yes, there are some limits on what we can do with tickets. Tickets cannot be discharged in a full bankruptcy. In a Chapter 7 case, that won't help you get your license back. But in Chapter 13 reorganization, tickets are dischargeable. Most types of tickets are dischargeable. So you would have to pay back some of the tickets in a Chapter 13 case, but the vast majority of them could be discharged if you complete the plan. And again, you would get your license back right away when you filed the Chapter 13 case. As long as the only reason you don't have your license is because of failure to pay your tickets. But the Chapter 13 process will help you get your license back and repay a small portion of your tickets in most cases and get your license reinstated almost immediately.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.